One of the most iconic leaders in history, Napoleon Bonaparte, is remembered not only for his victories on the battlefield, but also for his remarkable personality, strategic thinking, and leadership qualities. Napoleon's life became a legend, and every move he made left a lasting imprint. His victories, defeats, and personal life continue to fascinate historians, researchers, and audiences around the world. Today, we'll explore 10 interesting and lesser-known facts about Napoleon Bonaparte, diving deeper into how his leadership, strategic brilliance, and personal traits shaped his extraordinary life. Get ready because Napoleon's life will not only amaze you, but also inspire you. If you're ready, let's dive into the mysterious life of Napoleon. Napoleon's personal colors and symbolism. Napoleon's life was greatly influenced by the significance of colors. His personal colors played a major role in shaping his charisma and image. He chose blue and gold as the foundation of his style. These colors were seen as symbols of his unwavering desire for victory and his imperial status. However, the most interesting and lesser-known fact is his unusual obsession with yellow. Napoleon had a great affinity for yellow, incorporating it into his personal attire, his rooms, and even his palace decor. Yellow symbolized imperial triumph and power, reflecting his approach to governance. Some historians even suggest that yellow represented his imperial ideology and desire for victory. This color choice wasn't just a preference, but a strategic psychological element in Napoleon's empire building. Napoleon's love for yellow helped boost his belief in his inevitable triumphs, contributing to the unstoppable power he built in France. It was not just a color choice, it was a part of his psychological and strategic approach. Napoleon and agriculture. Napoleon Bonaparte wasn't just a military leader and emperor, he was also a reformer in agriculture and worked to improve France's economy. His interest in agriculture wasn't just about military victories, but also about the economic growth and societal development of his country. As France faced food shortages and economic difficulties during the war years, Napoleon took action. He implemented reforms to boost grain production and ensure food security for his people. His agricultural policies reflected his ability to see beyond the battlefield, aiming to create a self-sufficient and thriving nation. Napoleon's strong will and leadership traits. Napoleon Bonaparte was renowned not only as a military genius, but also for his strong will and unwavering determination. He was highly demanding, paying close attention to every detail and making sure his army and soldiers were always prepared for what lay ahead. His ability to assess situations quickly, combined with his self-confidence and immediate evaluation of the outcomes of his decisions, made him an unparalleled leader. These traits helped solidify his place as one of the greatest leaders in history. 4. Napoleon's height. What's the truth? For years, Napoleon Bonaparte's height has been surrounded by misconceptions. One of the most common myths is that he was very short. However, this is completely inaccurate. Napoleon's actual height was around 1.68 meters, which was perfectly average for men of his time. So why do people think he was short? The confusion stems from the differences in measurement systems used in France and England during that era. Additionally, Napoleon often stood next to taller individuals, especially his godfather and personal bodyguards, which made his stature appear even smaller. In reality, Napoleon was not short, but rather a victim of measurement confusion and his proximity to taller companions. 5. Napoleon's love, the driving force of his life. Love played a significant role in Napoleon Bonaparte's life, not only as a personal emotion, but also as a means to enhance his imperial power. His greatest love was Josephine, but their relationship was more than just romantic. Napoleon saw his marriage to Josephine as a tool to secure the future of the French Empire. However, Josephine's inability to bear children led Napoleon to divorce her. He later married Marie-Louise in hopes of securing an heir and ensuring the continuation of the French Empire. This complex relationship between love and empire shaped many of Napoleon's decisions, both personal and political. 6. The cause of Napoleon's defeat, the cursed horse. One of Napoleon Bonaparte's most significant victories in battle was often attributed to his trusted horse. This horse held great importance in his life, symbolizing his bravery and strategic mindset. However, during his 1812 invasion of Russia, This horse became a pivotal factor in his downfall. Napoleon, known for being a highly agile and unshakable leader on horseback, faced a critical issue on this long and grueling campaign. The physical and emotional exhaustion of his trusted horse began to affect Napoleon's own decisions, and ultimately, the horse's fatigue contributed to Napoleon's army's weakening and his eventual defeat. Thus, the fate of Napoleon's horse wasn't just a matter of his personal connection to the animal. It also directly impacted the outcome of one of the most disastrous campaigns in history. 7. Napoleon's legendary memory. Napoleon Bonaparte was not only a military leader, but also possessed a remarkable memory, almost princely in its nature. His memory was famously powerful. Napoleon could recall hundreds of battles and strategic operations in great detail. He easily remembered topography, locations, and the movements of his soldiers. In many instances, the information Napoleon retained helped him make rapid decisions on the battlefield and formulate accurate strategies. For example, in major operations like the Battle of Vienna, he could recall the positions of hundreds of soldiers from start to finish. This demonstrated the incredible power of his memory and how deeply strategic thinking was behind his military victories. 8. Napoleon and his mustache. Napoleon Bonaparte's mustache became an essential part of his image. In fact, Napoleon's mustache became a symbol of his era. Many considered it a sign of strength and leadership. However, interestingly, Napoleon didn't grow his mustache solely to shape his own image. He was a leader who tried to incorporate the social and cultural influences of his time into his appearance. His mustache even aligned with the fashionable styles in Europe during his era. Napoleon's mustache also gave him a more serious and authoritative leader's image. But perhaps the deeper meaning behind his mustache lies in his military and political life. His desire to present himself as more masculine and powerful on the battlefield was reflected in the mustache, which became a symbol of his warrior identity. It was not just a facial hairstyle, it was also a reflection of his confidence. 9. Napoleon's wind and political victory. Alongside Napoleon Bonaparte's most famous military victories, his political triumphs also played a crucial role. One of the key elements in his success was a phenomenon known as Napoleon's wind, a unique event linked to his remarkable intuition and strategic abilities. Some sources believe that Napoleon had an extraordinary sensitivity to the changing winds. He often had the ability to sense the wind's direction, weather conditions, and environmental factors, turning them to his advantage on the battlefield. His sharp awareness of the wind's shifts could determine the outcome of key battles, giving him a strategic edge over his opponents. 10. Napoleon's death and a journey. Napoleon Bonaparte's death remains one of the most debated topics in history. In 1821, while in exile on St. Helena Island, Napoleon spent his final days attempting to maintain ties with France. As he neared death, he dreamt of returning to France, and in his final years, he did not hide his desire to restore his empire, recalling past political events. His last journey symbolized his wish to return to the French Empire. After his death, numerous theories were proposed about his body being transported to Paris. However, Napoleon never achieved his dream of resurrecting his empire. Nevertheless, his name and influence remain permanently etched in history. And with that, we've revisited the life and legend of Napoleon Bonaparte. His extraordinary leadership and decisions that left a lasting mark on history continue to inspire us today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and join us in discovering more fascinating figures and stories from history. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section. See you in the next videos.